In this video, we'll be talking about inflation, types of inflation on basis of rate, and also about hyperinflation. Inflation is a sustained increase in the general level of prices for the goods or services, and it happens over a period of time. So what we need to remember here is that inflation is not just a rise in prices, but a sustained increase. That is, it goes on building up and happens over a period of time. That is, weekly, monthly, bi-monthly, quarterly, etc. Now let me first introduce you to few terms and then we will deep dive into it. Creeping or crawling, walking or trotting, running or galloping. These are the names given to different inflation rates. The word rates here means the pace at which it moves upwards or downwards, generally upwards. Crawling is the one where, like a baby, walks on all four limbs and is slow in its pace. It refers to economy also being in a slow pace. And conversely, running or galloping is high in its pace and refers to again to the economy. Thus, the names you see here refer to the pace of inflation and are symbolic in nature. The word galloping is used mainly in case of horse to describe that he is running at his full speed and all four legs are off the ground during each successive action. It can also be used for other four-legged animals who also show similar kind of action while running. Creeping is the one to describe the slow, tiptoeing pace at which one walks when one doesn't want others to know about one's arrival. As stated earlier, all these terms are used to describe the pace or rate of inflation and is expressed in percentage terms. Inflation, which is 3% or less, is called creeping or crawling inflation and is generally considered beneficial for the economy. Whereas inflation level, which is between 3 to 10%, is called walking or trotting inflation and is generally considered not good for the economy. The one which rises to 10% or more is called running or galloping inflation and is considered a telltale sign of economy going out of hand. And then there is a rare phenomena called hyperinflation, which is the worst case scenario for any country. Everything that happens then defies logic. Watch these pictures and then we will talk more about it. Hyperinflation occurs when there is a continuing and often accelerating rapid increase in the amount of money that is not supported by a corresponding growth in the output of goods and services. In simple terms, it means a lot of money is being pumped into the system. And who else can pump large amount of money into the economy than the government? So in hyperinflation, one sees a rapid plus continuing increase in the nominal cost of goods and in the supply of money. So in hyperinflation, one sees a rapid plus continuing increase in the nominal cost of goods and the supply of money. Another reason all this process gets accelerated or gets even faster is because the general price level rises even more rapidly than the money supply, as people also try to get rid of the so-called money or the devaluing currency as quickly as possible. Do you remember such behavior pattern, which was demonstrated at least briefly in India? Let us look at two other types of inflation based on demand and supply factors. So the other way to classify inflation is by using demand and supply factors, thus earning the names demand pull inflation and cost push inflation. Demand pull inflation, it occurs when the aggregate demand increases at a faster rate than the aggregate supply. Demand pull inflation will typically occur when the economy is growing faster than the long run trend in the rate of growth. If demand exceeds supply, firms generally will respond by pushing prices on the upper side, and thus we have a demand pull inflation. In case of cost push inflation, this occurs when there is an increase in the cost of production for the firms, causing aggregate supply to shift to the left. Thus, cost push inflation could be caused by rising energy and commodity prices. Typically, or in simple words, it means, for example, if the transportation cost increases because of the increase in the fuel prices. Ultimately, this added cost will be passed on to the consumer in the form of higher prices. That was a short video on the types of inflation as requested by you guys. And if you want us to explain any other topic, do let us know in the comment section. Thank you and see you in the next one.